and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make these DIY manga collage notebooks. So there's two versions of these notebooks. There is the anime slash franchise slash I don't even know kind of notebook, which is just about the anime itself. And there's also one that is just about the character itself. So without further ado, let's get started. So the things you will need will be a notebook. It could be any kind of notebook. Some manga panels. I use the printout version one, or you can also rip some up from your manga books, but I prefer to print some out, and I will also put the ones I use in the description down below. You will be needing Mod Podge, but if you don't have any, you can also use some clear tape to give a final finish to make sure the book is stable, and you can also use some glue. Some cutting utensils. I'll be using an X-Acto knife, scissors, rulers, a cutting mat, etc. I also forgot to mention this, but you might also need some Blu-tack and some scrap paper. Anyway, without further ado, let's get started. So first, get your manga panels and lay them out beautifully onto the table. No, just kidding. But I really like how these look, so I just like doing it. But anyways, let's move on. First, get your manga panels and then get your cutting utensils, and then we will be cutting these out. So it doesn't really matter how many manga panels you need and how to cut it. I just cut out like one panel each, and I also decided to print out like the anime logo, so I would like glue it at the end, but that is absolutely optional. But cutting it out and the amount of manga panels you need is totally up to you. After you have cut out all of your pieces, get your notebook and then carefully lay out like where you want to put your manga panels onto the cover and the back of your notebook. I recommend using some Blu-tack so you can like kind of temporarily stick it on, so you'll have an idea of where you want to glue it. But first, just carefully lay out where you want to put your manga panels. After you've done laying out your manga panels, get your adhesives or your Mod Podge and then glue the manga panels onto the cover and the back of your book. I would recommend maybe taking a picture of your cover with your phone first before gluing it. And also, if you also use Blu-tack like me to like kind of like do the organizing slash layout first, make sure to get the Blu-tack out before gluing it. And also, if you have some excess pages at the outside edges of your notebook, you can use an X-Acto knife or scissors to cut it out. Also, this part is optional, but if you have like an anime logo like me, you can also glue that at the center of your front cover. After you've glued all of your manga panels down, put a layer of Mod Podge or some clear tape to make the cover more durable. After the Mod Podge has dried, or your glue has dried, or you have finished your front cover and you have some extra manga panels and you don't want to waste it, like me, you can use it to decorate the inside of your notebook. I've used some double-sided tape, or you can use glue to decorate the inside of the notebook. And if you still have more manga panels, you can always use it to decorate the covers of the notebook and also like the spine of the notebook. And after you're done, it should look something like this. Well, this is how mine looks like, but it should look something similar. So this DIY is pretty much also the same as the first one, which is the fairy tale one, but this is the My Hero Academia one. But anyways, for this DIY is the exact same materials, except that the manga panels are different, and I will put the ones I use in the link in the description down below. But you will be needing a notebook, some manga panels, some scrap paper, some adhesives, which is Mod Podge and stuff, some cutting utensils, Blu-tack, basically same old as the first one. And again, the steps are exactly the same. So first, lay out your beautiful manga panels onto the table. No, just kidding, you don't have to do that, but I just really like doing that, just leave me alone. Anyways, First, get your manga panels and your cutting utensils and carefully cut out your manga panels out. Also, this is completely optional, but if you have the anime logo, you could also cut that out. Again, after you have cut out your manga panels, get your notebook and carefully lay out your manga panels onto a notebook to see where you want to put your manga panels on. Again, you can also use your Blu-tack to temporarily stick on your manga panels to see where you want to put the manga panels onto your notebook covers. After you have done laying out, get your scrap pieces of paper, some Mod Podge, some adhesives, and then carefully glue your manga panels on. Again, you can take a picture of your manga panels or the layout first before gluing it down. And also after everything is glued, you can also glue the logo onto the center of your notebook or wherever you like at the front cover of your notebook. But that is absolutely optional. Also, if you have some like excess pages or paper that is hanging outside the notebook, you can use an X-Acto knife or schizols to cut those excess sides out. However, this step can be done after putting the layer of Mod Podge or before. It doesn't really matter when. I just did it like after putting the layer of Mod Podge. After you've done gluing your manga panels and also your logo, probably optional, put a layer of Mod Podge over the cover to give it a final finish or make it more durable. And if you don't have Mod Podge, you can always use some clear tape. After that's done and you have some extra pieces of manga panels, you can use it to decorate the inside of your notebook. Again, I used double-sided tape to glue the manga panels inside a notebook, but it's really up to you on how you want to do it. You can use glue stick or you can use tape, whatever. After that's done, it should also look something like this. It's really similar to the first one I did, but this is just the My Hero Academia version. You can do whatever anime you want to though. Once again, this DIY is pretty much the same as the first and second version of this DIY. However, this version of the DIY is not about the anime or franchise, aka it's not about like Fairy Tail, and it's not about like just My Hero Academia, but this one is about the character, like this single character on its own. So, all the materials are basically the same except for their manga panels. It's just gonna be merely focusing on one character. So the manga panels I have is all about Shoto Todoroki, and most of them have only himself in the manga panels. You will also need a colored version of your character to make the character stand out and to show that this notebook is mostly about this character. But everything else, or like all the other materials, are pretty much the same as the first one. So first, again, lay out your beautiful manga panels onto your desk. You know what, I'm just gonna stop. I realized that there is also a different way of doing this. I'm just gonna explain it because I didn't do this step or this idea. But you can technically print out a computer-made version or a technology-made version of that manga collage onto your computer and then print it out and then glue it onto your notebook. But I'm finding printing out the manga panels and then cutting them out and laying out them each individually handmade is more interesting, and it's more of my way of doing it. But there are so many ways you can do this, so it's really up to you. But let's just get started. For the first step is to cut out the manga panels carefully. And then after that, carefully cut out your character. I ended up printing a larger version of Shoto Todoroki because I realized that this version was way too small for my notebook. But the size of the character is really optional and it's really up to you. I made my Shoto Todoroki around the size of an A5 paper / notebook, but the character is really up to you, so carefully cut out the character. After cutting out your manga panels and your character, get your notebook and then carefully lay out your manga panels onto your notebook. You can also use Blu-tack to temporarily glue them on, but it's really up to you. But if you already have your character cut out, you can use it as a reference to see where you could put your manga panels, lay out your manga panels without actually covering much of the panels if you don't want to cover much of it, which I think was pretty good. After laying out your manga panels, get your adhesives or Mod Podge or whatever glue you use and then glue down the manga panels. Do not glue the character just yet. Make sure you glue all of your manga panels down onto your book cover first. And also, if you like, take a picture of your layout first before gluing it down, and also make sure to have like a scrap piece of paper underneath the cover so you won't accidentally glue your notebook pages together. And after you have done gluing all your manga panels together, you can finally glue your character on top of the manga panels. After you have done gluing your manga panels together, get your X-Acto knife and carefully cut out the excess paper at the sides of your notebook. After you have glued everything together, put a layer of Mod Podge over your cover to make the surface more durable and more clean. I guess it just gives it a better finish. Or if you don't have Mod Podge, you can always use clear sellotape or just clear tape. And if you have some excess manga panels you want to use, you can continue to add some more onto your book cover. Also, make sure that there is scrap paper underneath your book cover to prevent any glue from getting into the notebook. Again, after you're done and you still have some excess manga panels you wanted to use, you can use it to decorate the inside of your notebook. Use some double-sided tape to glue the inside to glue the manga panels inside the notebook, but you can also use some normal glue stick or whatever. After it's done, it should look something like this. This is just the character version, but you can do whatever character you want. Anyway, so these are all the DIY manga collage notebooks. Until I broke the rules, my life destroyed. Life destroyed. Until I walk awake, scream my mind, I shout, the ground shakes. How much can I take? My mind will break. Will it break? Can I take? Can I be your superhero? So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys want to see more of these videos, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe. Also, comment down below which notebook is your favorite, the fairy tale one, the My Hero Academia, or the Shoto Todoroki one, or what anime do you like, or which anime do you plan on making? Please comment those down below. I am really interested to see if you guys would make one. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, and the shout out goes to Ahmad Bokwa. I am so sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, but congratulations, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys, peace out. Superhero.